Well, here we go again. My. Well, since we here and we having this little conversation, I guess we could see that it's not daylight. And since it's not daylight, that means it's darkness. And since we have darkness, that still means that within the darkness, you still have to be able to be mobile. And since you still have to be able to be mobile in the darkness, maybe y'all can start getting the gist of these videos and the whole content and all. I appreciate everybody with the support and really the comments. Some comments is neither here nor there, but some of them don't need to be talked about. You have people sitting here trying to fish on energy that they really don't have the right bait for. So since you don't have the correct bait, there's no reason or way that you could catch this energy of what I'm really talking about. But pretending like you understand and calling people names and stuff, that's cool, but you're gonna have to wake up pretty early in the morning in order to try to call me a name or something like that I hadn't been already called. So since they can't dig them blues, we're gonna just keep it moving. Most of this stuff that it is being talked about, it's a rant, but it's just mostly stuff that people that's close enough to me that do know me, I've never just really just said anything about it. So that's the stuff that they think they got away with. And all this stuff is so many years under the bridge of water just being passed through. Incoming current don't even drift that fast in order to make them able to keep up with the rhythm of the stroke. So anyway, we got our list, but most of it I've already just talked about. Besides the point of we're gonna keep people names out of it, because if I keep their name out of it, maybe you'll pay more closer attention to your own situation than sitting there trying to figure mine out like it really matters, because they never really mattered in the story. The story is really not about the person or the relationship that the people that have done towards me. And in that is illustrated by this video as being the darkness of where I know where I'm going, but the light every now and then is the space in between for you to figure out or pick up the pieces to the mystery, so you'll know exactly if you're on the right track or not. I would say I put a lot of thought into this. I did, but at the same time, I was doing more listening than having to actually come up with the steps of how to do it. Okay, let's break this down. With actually, as of like tarot and different things like that, I was new up onto the tarot bid. My whole thing was not tarot. Like my whole life, I'm this king of swords. I don't give a that never really paid attention to me. That's just like, that's a guide. That's a guide for illustration between what's really going on. What's really going on is spiritual warfare. That's what's really going on. This has nothing to do, well, it got to do with tarot, but tarot is only just it's only a divination. A divination of God is like a guide. That's so petty to the big picture of what's going on. And if you paying attention to the tarot and not paying attention to the dreams and the the ringing of the ears, and you not paying attention to that stuff, and you paying attention to the cards and the tarot, you're gonna be up here going and on the wrong side of the playing field. And there's a lot of people of y'all that's on the wrong side of the playing field. If you get confused, you're gonna be a jealous person. You're gonna be sitting here trying to compete with people that you don't have a reason to compete with. I can guarantee you, anybody that's sitting here competing with me, you do better on my team and rocking with me and helping me. But nobody don't want to rock with me. And nobody don't want to rock with me because everybody think I'm competing with them because I'm in my own lane. And I'm gonna stay in my own lane. Now, if you want to be able to get the wheel to turning into your favor, you might want to listen to these doggone videos and get it to the point where you get it to where you can pinpoint the difference in your life of what I'm saying. It sounds like a rant, but it's a message in the rant. And if I sit there and I gave it to you without any work of you having to do, then is it really valuable to you? And would you really sit there and be able to use it if you didn't do any work in order to figure it out? So, since we are in this position at this present point and place in time, that kind of puts the ball in your court of how you want to deal or put up with it. Once you get it to the point where you could get the wheel to moving, you have to make sure you're moving it in the correct way. If you're not moving it in the correct way, you hurting yourself, like going to the shooting range and shooting yourself in the foot before you go on a mile, go on a hike. But I've been giving everybody the main basis of the first part of having to get the wheel to moving in your direction, and that consists of telling the truth. You gotta tell the truth. Not your truth, but the truth. And once again, if you don't want to hear the truth, or if you don't want to tell the truth or be of the truth, it's okay, because time gonna tell you the truth. Y'all have a good one. Sorry, Nari.